The dream is to be a baseball player, and it's been that dream since he could pick the ball up and throw the ball across our family room.
Nick came to me on a Saturday morning right before one of our games, and he came to me and said, I got injured during warm-up.
And we were doing a drill inside of our barn that has a batting cage with a pitching machine, and the pitching machine was cranked up really high.
He actually was supposed to be hitting the ball, but decided he wanted to bunt the ball.
Not every ball's perfect when you're inside of a batting cage. Like, there's like cuts and stuff, so the ball will it'll tend to move. And I pulled back on a ball, and it came in on my hands, and it ended up hitting my thumb.
And he was like, I can move it, I can do this, I can do that. And I was like, okay, well, are you gonna pitch today? Is today your day? And he's like, today's my day. And I said, okay, well, we'll have to put you through some other things, throwing wise, see how you can throw the ball and see how it feels. The next day, Nick came in during his lunch period, and he said, it's feeling good, but it's starting to hurt a little bit more. And I said, okay, well, the way that it looked, I said, I think we need to get you checked out to make sure everything else is good. I mean, you threw the ball well, and you were able to move it, but I said, I think we should go and get it checked out, just with all the evaluation. And so I said, let's call Dr. James, see if we can get you in.
Dr. James was great. He just took one look at the x-ray and said, listen, with Nick's baseball aspirations, you need to go see a hand specialist, and I think I can get you right next door to Dr. Bertoni. So that's exactly what we did. I mean, we literally came out, sat down again, and got called right back to Dr. Bertoni.
So when Ashley recognized that Nick had an injury, she participates in a team, being that she's an athletic trainer, and she contacted the doctor and the sports team, Dr. James, and then he initiated the referral to us because this involved a joint of the thumb.
And at that point, Dr. Bertoni was explained to us that the thumb had broken in multiple spots, and we had a few options. Nick had a few options.
I was either able to wait a couple weeks to see if it healed, or I was able to get a pin in it for like around 2 months.
I recommended that he have surgery because Nick had a timetable. He wanted the least amount of time away from his sport, and if we had the bone pieces shift, if you think of a house foundation, once it's broken, it shifts, then Nick would have invested some time watching and would start again at ground zero.
Because we were taking the precautions to have it surgically pinned back together again, it would not interfere with his future.
Nick's surgery was an outpatient surgery where he had some sedation through an IV administered by anesthesiology, and I used numbing medicine to make his thumb numb, and then drilled a pin through his bone by a small puncture hole so he didn't have to have an incision. That pin goes through the different bone pieces to hold them together.
For a teenage boy who has aspirations to play Major League Baseball someday, to walk into an office with a broken thumb in his pitching hand, which he knows is his ticket, they did not once ever show any negative expression in any manner that said to him, it's not going to happen for you. They were very encouraging the whole way through.
It just brought happiness. Like, you'd be able to throw, you could locate your pitches, you felt everything, you were comfortable with all of your pitches, and once you get like your first batter out, let's say you strike him out, like it's just crazy feeling. You're like, oh, I'm back, like I can do something awesome.
You know, we did not have our own orthopedic specialist, we did not have our own hand reconstructive specialist. I would have just had to call his primary care physician and say, hey, who should I go to? And having access that someone could, I don't want to say do it for me, but she really did. Having that association with sports medicine at the high school was significant in getting his hand fixed as quickly as possible.
Knowing that I helped Nick get back out on the mound and doing what he loves to do as a pitcher, as a baseball player, just was an awesome feeling.
I don't think anything's holding me back. I look for positives in everything, and if a negative occurs, I try to look past it.
We feel blessed because he's been guided by numerous wonderful people. He's been protected by the doctors and the nurses and the therapists and the sports medicine people, the athletic trainers. He's been helped all the way along the road, and I think for him, the dream is to be a baseball player.
I'm just thankful. It's something nice that not everybody can recognize until it happens to them, because accidents happen all the time. You just don't know what you got to do to get over them and look through and move on to the future.